Most of our cosmos is dark.
Look here, it's your boy E coming at you with another quick tutorial, trying to give y'all a little bit of game, man. I put y'all up on a little bit of game. You feel me? All right, so starting off, what I'm gonna be using as an example is just like it's basically a sample, which is like a female singing a couple like tones. But you can kind of get the idea and extrapolate from there. All right, so first off, here's the actual sample. And actually, that was with the CLA 2A compressor on there from Waves. Let's hear it without that first. And as you can see, it sounds flat. A lot of dynamic range in there, meaning between the highest part and the lowest part. I turned up the fader knob here a little bit. Let's listen to it now. As you can see, not much of a difference. But right here, here's the CLA 2A stereo. Real easy compressor to use. The reason why I like this compressor, also very easy to use, very user friendly. You do have some analog buttons on here if you want to actually emulate that analog sound. I tend to not mess with those on this particular compressor. Here you have a gain knob, self-explanatory. Here is peak reduction. All right, now peak reduction basically is self-explanatory. It reduces the peaks to kind of keep a uniform loudness. So the higher you have this peak reduction knob up, basically the less gain will be outputted. The lower will be. Opposite is true. When turning peak reduction down, you turn that down, it's going to get louder. Feel me? So let's go ahead and listen to that same sample with the CLA 2A stereo on, just in default mode. Detach it, that way it doesn't keep disappearing. All right, let's listen to it now. As you can see, obviously it was louder, but it was thicker. It was like more glued together. There was less moments in that sample where it like dropped out altogether, where it was like going to a lower part. And that's basically what compression is. It kind of reduces the dynamic range overall. It kind of compresses it down. That way you can then add more gain, or create more headroom in your mix. So again, without. And with. Big difference. And look, that's just default, straight off the box. There's also a lot of presets on here. Let's check out some of these presets. So that first one was Start Me Up. This is the full reset. And as you can see, it was much lower because look, the gains down lower, but the peak reduction is all the way on 0. Let's see what happens when we turn peak reduction up. See that? All right, full reset. Here's the Start Me Up setting. As you can see, straight out the gate, it just, you know what I mean, without adding a lot of background noise, makes it louder. That way you can then grab the fader knob, bring it down, and create more headroom in your mix overall. Let's check out some of these other settings. What's PA default? Let's see what that sounds like. Whatever. Vox. I guess this would be more for vocals. Let's check this out. Okay. Sibilant Vox. I can kind of hear it. There's also a bunch of presets in here catered to different instruments and stuff like that, because obviously this plugin right here, this compressor isn't strictly for vocals. I actually use this compressor like on kicks and 808s, stuff like that, as one of my compressors. You can go to like they have acoustic guitar, electric, drum group, hard drum, bass, strings. What's this? Unity no comp. But as you get the idea, this is a very easy to use, versatile plugin, and that's why I like it. And it also not only compresses the audio, but it kind of like rounds it out, gives it like a thick, full, but roundness to it. And that's why I like to use this compressor on like kicks, 808s, and stuff like that. But I mean, you can use it on a lot of different things. So again, that's the CLA 2A compressor stereo, and that's from Waves. Like I said, it has compress or limit function. You can change the different displays. For here, you have analog switches, and we also have a sort of a EQ right here. But again, let's listen to it one more final time. And then without. See where that is? Let's put with. So now we're up here instead of down here, which means we can grab that fader knob, bring it down, and obviously create more headroom in the mix. All right, let's see.
Most of our cosmos is dark.